I'm one of those people that think that just because someone doesn't have qualifications on paper doesn't necessarily make them not suitable for this job or for a certain role. You look at the likes of Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Larry, can't remember, I don't know if it was Edmondson or something like that, but Larry, I'm not too sure on his surname, but Bill Gates, Steve Jobs and Larry, none of those had formal qualifications. They didn't graduate from high school or what have you. Would you turn them away from your job if you owned a business? I don't think you would. So these are some of the most influential people and some of the world's richest people, or some of the greatest minds, that didn't have formal qualifications. So I don't see qualifications or lack of qualifications as a reason to not hire someone. Good on everybody, and welcome back to another video, or if this is the first time you've seen one of my videos, welcome. Today's video is going to be something slightly different. Today what I want to talk about is why I've started putting videos on YouTube. Why am I getting into YouTube? Now, I'm not going to class myself as a YouTuber, absolutely not. It's just, this is something that I'm doing as a side interest, as a hobby. Obviously, what I think to class yourself as a YouTuber is someone that does this full time for a living, which is something that I don't do. The reason why I'm getting into YouTube or putting videos on YouTube is practice. Videography and photography is just something that I'm getting into now, and it's something that I could see myself doing in the long term. But to be able to do this, you need a starting point. You need to start somewhere. So this is me practicing, making videos, recording videos, editing videos, publishing them, whether it's on YouTube or whatever. So this is a starting point for me. Now, I'm one of those people that has went from job to job. I've always worked, I want to work, but I've always went from one job to another and never really had a goal to aim for, a goal to reach. I've just went wandering from one job to the next, just paycheck to paycheck, or payslip to payslip, whatever, and never really had a plan or a goal to aim for. Now, when I left school, I didn't know what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I didn't have anything of interest that I wanted to do. I wasn't particularly interested in cars. I mean, I love driving, but I wasn't interested in fixing cars or being a mechanic or something like that. I've always thought myself as a creative person, but I can't sing, I can't draw, I can't write. I can dance when I've had a bit of a drink, but I wouldn't class that as dancing. So getting into this, I can see this as my artistic outlet or my creative outlet. So this is something that I'm just getting into myself. Just starting this. So photography and videography is something that I am just starting. I've always enjoyed watching videos or photography videos and things like that, and seeing how they're put them together and the cinematics of it, things like that. So I've always enjoyed it. I've just never actually tried doing it myself. But this is definitely something I could see myself doing in the long run, and hopefully just starting by doing these sort of videos can get us, experience of, even if I just record something and I don't even upload it, it's just getting into the habit of recording videos, coming up with ideas. So it's just getting into that frame of mind and practicing, which is going to give us experience, because photography, videography, recording videos, editing videos, using editing software, you're learning new skills as you go all the time, and then it's something that is then transferable if you were to look for a job in this line of work. Now, I don't have any formal qualifications in this area or this subject, but I'm one of those people that think that just because someone doesn't have qualifications on paper doesn't necessarily make them not suitable for this job or for a certain role. You look at the likes of Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Larry, can't remember, I don't know if it was Edmondson or something like that, but Larry, I'm not too sure on his surname, but Bill Gates, Steve Jobs and Larry, none of those had formal qualifications. They didn't graduate from high school or what have you. Would you turn them away from your job if you owned a business? I don't think you would. So these are some of the most influential people and some of the world's richest people, or some of the greatest minds, that didn't have formal qualifications. So I don't see qualifications or lack of qualifications as a reason to not hire someone. Now, you could hire somebody that's got these qualifications on paper, but they've never had a proper job. So they don't necessarily have the people skills, they don't have life experience. And somebody like myself, I'm coming up 30 this year. 30? How did that happen? I don't feel any older than from when I left school, which is strange, but yeah, I'm going to be 30 this year and I don't have any qualifications. But there's a lot of things that I've picked up since leaving school and different jobs that I've done: customer service, people skills, technology, technical skills. There's all sorts of different things that I've picked up from different jobs, different roles that I've done, where collectively has built me as an individual, improved me as an individual. So there's been some jobs where I've applied for. Now, I think that I could have been better suited, but because I didn't have the formal qualifications, sometimes I've not getting those jobs, which is something that does annoy us, because yeah, although they've got the qualifications on paper, doesn't necessarily always mean they're the right person for that job. So I've just kind of wandered from job to job, not knowing what I wanted to do. Now, I've still got, let's say I'm coming up 30, I've still got another 30, 40 years left of working before I can retire. I mean, by the time I get to the retirement age, there probably won't be a retirement age. You'll just work until you're in the ground. But I've got responsibilities, I've got mortgage, I've got bills to pay, so I want to work. Again, I'm not scared of working. I want to work, but I want to do something that I really enjoy. I'm one of those people that's quite impulsive, so if I'm not happy doing something, I'll look to change it, because there's nobody that can change it except yourself. You can't rely on other people to change or a company to change because you're not happy. So me getting into photography, videography, video editing, things like that, is hopefully a stepping stone. It's something to practice on, to put those videos onto YouTube, let people watch it. I was going to say thousands or millions of people, but probably that many people won't watch my videos. But it's just putting your videos out there for people to see, and it's a stepping stone. It's a good starting point. It's a building block, and it's something to build on. Now, again, I've went from job to job, just wondering. I've never had a goal in mind, a plan. Now, let's say I'm coming up to 30. I want to have a career. I don't just want a job, I want a career. Something that I can do longevity. Something that I can have longevity with, should I say, and that I can do for a long time. So photography and videography, I could see myself doing this for years to come. But you've got to start somewhere, because again, I don't have any formal qualifications in this subject. So this is my starting point, this is the stepping stone. Now, there's probably going to be people out there that are going to disagree with us, where if you go to college or university and you get these qualifications, then you're better suited. There's going to be people out there like myself that's never went to college, never went to university, and that might agree with us, because there's people out there that's not always in a position to be able to go to college, to go to universities, whatever. There's all sorts of different circumstances, different backgrounds that can affect these decisions. So me personally, I've never went to college, I never went to university. I left school, got a job. It was a 2-year apprenticeship. After the 2-year apprenticeship, got finished. Basically cheap labour, because those 6 were started, 6 were got finished, and then they start another 6. Because after your 2-year, it's full wage. So it's basically cheap labour, and since then I've just kind of wandered from job to job. No real direction where I'm going, where I'm heading, because again, I didn't have anything in mind that I wanted to do when I left school. You're 15, 16 year old, there will be people out there that know what they want to do for the rest of their lives, and if you're one of those people, then absolutely well done. But myself, I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do. You don't know what life's got coming for you. You can't predict these things. Some people can. I'm just not one of those people. So I've again wandered from job to job, but this is something that I can see myself doing for a long time, and hopefully, these are skills that I can pick up and learn and get into a job or career doing this. So this is, again, slightly different, and I just wanted to make this video because I can't be the only person that this has happened to, that's feeling this feeling of wanting to do something but you don't know what. So I think photography, videography is my sort of creative outlet, because again, can't sing, can't dance, can't draw. But yeah, this is something I am enjoying, but again, it's just a starting point. It's something to practice with, and just getting into the habit of recording videos, being comfortable. I haven't went out vlogging in public yet, because it's just something that I will do. I'll work towards it, but it's something that I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it just yet, because there's loads of people who do it. Don't get us wrong, there's loads of people who do it. You see, hundreds of videos on YouTube, thousands of videos, people just walking along, absolutely not a care in the world. But in Newcastle, it's not something you see on a daily basis, and I don't think I'm ready for people to just stare at us or point and laugh or something like that. But again, it's the mindset that you've got to overcome. This is something that I want to do, so I will put myself out there. I will do it. I will. But yeah, you've just got to. I've got it locked in here now, what I want to do. There's probably going to be some changes that I'm going to have to make. But at the same time, if you're in a job where you absolutely hate going to work, you despise, then again, there's only you that can change that. If you're happy at a job and it's work and it's meh, you don't mind going into it, then that puts you in a better position to do something on the side, which is basically what I'm doing at the minute, to gain that experience, to build yourself up, build yourself a portfolio. So if you ever were in a position where you could apply for a job in this line of work or something like that, then you could sort of show them, although I don't have any formal qualifications on paper, this is what I've been doing, this is what I've done so far, and it's something that you could show the potential new employer, and let them know and let them see what you've actually done, what you're capable of doing. and whether or not they're willing to take the chance on you, because again, you don't have that formal qualification, but you've learned the skills needed, so it might put you in a position where you could be considered rather than just being overlooked altogether. Now, I could go on and on all day about jobs and qualifications and why I think they don't matter. Because let's face it, how many people at school know what they want to do for the rest of their life? How many people choose the right subjects? And how many people out of those that chose the right subjects actually get a job in what they wanted to do? How many people go to university, college, and do these studies and these courses and then actually get a job in that particular study? Where I work, there's all sorts of different people there. Doesn't matter what backgrounds. There's people that's retired that didn't want to retire, or they didn't like retirement and they've come back to work part-time. There's people that's been to college, they've been to university, but they haven't gotten the job in their chosen study that work here. There's people like myself that don't have any formal qualifications, that's done job to job, picked up different skills, and so it's all sorts of different people, different backgrounds where I work. But again, it's not something that I don't mind going to work. It's a job, it pays the bills. It's not something that I hate going into, but it's not something that I can see myself doing for the rest of my working life. It's just one of those things. So this is basically me starting this on the side, outside of work, because at the minute, when I'm at work, I do like 11-hour shifts. So the only time I get to do this is on my days off. However, things are changing at work, so the shifts are going to be changing. So it might vary on what I can do and when I can do it. But again, it's something. It's a starting point. Now, if you take anything away from this and me just rambling, is it doesn't matter what your circumstances are, what your background is. If you don't have qualifications, doesn't mean you're not suitable or you're not the right person for a particular job. If you can have something to back it up, like a portfolio, or whatever it is, if you can have something to show potential new employers, just because you don't have the formal skills or the formal qualifications, doesn't mean you're not the right person for that job. But I just want to do this little video as something that we could potentially start a little mini series on, because I've had a lot of jobs. I've had a lot of jobs, and again, I'm impulsive, so if I don't like something, I'm going to change it. It's just the way I am. It's the way I'm wired. I can't help it. But I'm not gonna, spend 11 hours a day or 8 hours a day or whatever doing something that I despise doing. When I've done that, I've went and looked for a new job. I've gotten a new job. Now again, it's not a job that I would want to do for the rest of my life. So you've got to get the fine balance. If you're just wandering from job to job, try and get something that's going to put you in a position where you could build up these skills that could then lead to opening doors to doing something that you want to do as a job, as a career. Myself, I don't just want another job or a different job. I want a career. So this is why I'm starting photography, videography, and we'll take it from there and see where it leads. If this video has been helpful, drop a like, subscribe, comment down below if it has been helpful at all, or if there's any ideas for people out there like myself that's just getting into photography, videography, what I could do, research things, all sorts, anything you like, drop the comments down below. But until the next time, I'll see you again. Thanks, sir. Bye bye.